I'm Kirti Permal, and I work for Pacifica Institute as a PA to the director, and I also do outreach coordination. Working for Fred Hollows Foundation is so fulfilling. I mean, the work that they do and the work, for example, giving back sites to people, and it's just so amazing, and it's an awesome organization to work for. I started off in 2002 as an accounts clerk, and then I've grown with the organization. We're very well planned, and people are more secure, and our staff, they themselves, they say that they feel that they're protected and they're in a good environment, they work well, and they don't have to worry about other logistics, thinking about, oh, if something happens, what will happen. So they know that there's an admin officer there who's in charge of that, so they feel very comfortable going on our outreaches now. Even we have some expats joining our outreaches, and they've commented to that they feel that our team knows what they're doing and it's well organized. I remember, in Solomon's, one of the doctors told me that they have to go and do house-to-house visits because the families normally don't bring their relatives to the main eye center to be treated because they feel that they're old, they'll just stay there. So one of these nurses went out screening, and there's this old man who's living under the house. They don't let him stay within the house because it's too far for him to travel, so he lives under the house, and he has a stick from where he's sleeping to where the washroom is, so he has to go up and use the washroom, hold the stick, go up, and then come back again. And he was just disabled, just not doing anything, sitting there just to die. And then the team came and they did his operation, and he could see again, and he could go and stay in the house again. It was just amazing. Just last week when we were traveling to Solomon's, and we had a flight from Honiara to Munda, and first they couldn't find a pilot to the plane, so we had to wait an hour there for a pilot to arrive. And when he finally arrived, he didn't want to drive the plane that was already loaded. So we eventually managed to transfer all our luggage into the new one, and then when we were traveling halfway through from Honiara to Munda, I think over Russell somewhere, and then he turns around and says that, oh, there's a problem with the engine, we have to turn back. That was scary. So when we turned back and there's turbulence and the plane's going up and down, and we're like, oh my god. So but you just have to go with it. When our team goes to operate in these places, we know there are challenges, and we know that things are basic, and that's why we're going there. They don't have healthcare, and that's why we are there to provide this. So we anticipate this kind of problems. The rewarding part is we've become a big family. Even if we go to the Pacific now, and we're like, oh, we're just meeting again. We've become one big eye care family. So it's just going and visiting your relatives. You're doing your work, and it's just fun. It's nice. It's grown immensely. We started off with just one room when Fred Hollows started their first initiative in Fiji. It was Vision 2020 Fiji, and we just had a small room to ourselves, and there's two of us working. And then 5 years later, they started Pacifica Institute in Fiji, and like John says, he bought in a container, and that's all they had. And from a container of contents to a 2-story building with 4 blocks, we have grown so much. And of course there is a need, and there will be more growth in the future, because you see when you go out to the outreaches, you still see that there aren't human resources on ground. So some of the places have infrastructure, but they don't have human resources. So there's a need for PA to train more doctors and more nurses for the other Pacific countries. We're we're keeping his dream alive. His dream was that everyone has a right to sight, and anyone staying anywhere has a right to it, and we're living that dream for him, because we go to all the Pacific Islands. We don't care where they come from. We treat them regardless.